Good morning, everyone. Let us begin today's discussion with a very simple question. Have you ever spent 10 minutes of your time thinking which movie to watch, even though you had thousands of options available to you? It sounds strange. Having more options in life should make us feel happier, right? But this is not the case always. And that's what the psychologists call the paradox of choice. That is what, when we have many more options available to us in life, then instead of feeling happier and free, we feel more agitated, confused, and dissatisfied. Let us take an example and think of something very simple. Let us imagine that you have to buy a pair of shoes. You go to a shop and ask the shopkeeper to show you the options available. He shows you 3 options, you choose one and come back home. Now imagine that in the same scenario, if the shopkeeper had shown you 300 different options, then the same decision, which was very simple back then, has become really complicated. And even if you are able to make one choice out of those 300 options, at some point in life you would feel that there was a better option available. And is this limited only to shopping? Quite not. Because our generation has more opportunities than our previous ones. More people to interact with, more places to visit, more skills to learn, and more information to consume. And yet somehow many of us feel that we are lagging behind. But why? Because every choice we make in our life has an opportunity cost associated with it. That is the every alternative we didn't choose. When you choose a career path, you think of all those careers that you leave behind. When you choose a university, you think of all the universities that you could have chosen. When you spend an evening studying, you think that you could have exercised. And when you spend an evening exercising, we think that we could have read a book or spent time with our friends. And that is the biggest problem of this modern lifestyle. Instead of living with the choices that we have already made, we live in the imagination of thousands of decisions that we could have made. And in this entire process, we have become so good intellectually in listing down all the possibilities out of a scenario. But when it comes to choosing one out of those possibilities, then enters the limitation and resistance to acceptance in the arena. Now for a moment, think that are these limitations always negative? If you ask me, I believe no. Because these limitations and foundations on us is what makes our life valuable and add meaning to it. Because we know now that our time is limited. And so the goal must not be to maximize the number of choices we make, but to deliberately choose one and have the courage to stop looking back at the paths that we could have chosen. Because having large number of possibilities in life is not going to make our life bigger and happier. Rather, it is going to make it harder for us to live the life that we have chosen for us. Thank you.